Now that he has given his life so we can have the life, Paul says that we also must be crucified with him. Or he says we are crucified with him. We have allowed our life to be surrendered like he surrendered his life for us. So I am crucified with Christ. Now here's the teaching point here. Nevertheless, he says, I live. How is it possible for me to lose my life and to still live my life? How is it possible that I can surrender my life yet still have life? You know, that's generally the stumbling block that prevents many people from wanting to live a life surrendered to God. It's because I think I'm just going to be on the losing end. I'm not getting anything from this deal. I surrender my life to God, so that I have to obey and do everything that God tells me to do. Look at the tremendous loss that I suffer. I'm giving up so much and I'm not getting anything, at least immediately, in return. For many people, they believe the only reward in this transaction between you and God is the reward that will be given to you later in eternity. But I want to challenge you. Paul teaches us that there is a gift, there is a reward, there is something that we are receiving in this transaction right now, not later in eternity. For Paul says, I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, even though I have given my life, live to surrender, I surrender my life so that I can actually have life. I'm crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live. He still has life because he has the life of Christ living in him. Let's look at this again. I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live, yet not I, but Christ liveth in me. When we surrender the authority, the privilege of ownership of our personal life, our personal life values, or the values that have been given to us by the world that we are born into. When we are willing to surrender that life and to be crucified with Christ, we still have life, but it's not the same life. Oh, I like this. Watch this. It's of no benefit for us to surrender our life to God and to end up with the same life that we previously had already. We don't want to, there is no exchange if we give our life and in return we get the same life back. All right. So Paul shows us that nevertheless I live, but not I, but in actuality, in truth, the life that I now live, or the life that is, watch this, in me, is not my life, but it's the God life. It's the Christ that's in me. Christ living in me. So he says, not I, yet not I, but Christ liveth in me, and the life which I now live in the flesh. And I want you to see that passage. And the life which I live now. That's our theme for today, the life I live now.